This is The Scoop for Tuesday.
Good morning. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines. A new end-to-end green hydrogen system is coming to Florida. WMNF's Chris Young reports that if all goes to plan, it's set to be the first demonstration project in the nation to successfully create clean energy using a system to produce, store, and combust 100% green hydrogen.
Anna Gibbs is a spokesperson for Duke Energy.
It's a hydrogen project that's unique because it's basically run off of 100% hydrogen.
The project will be located at Duke Energy's existing DeBerry plant in Volusia County.
The whole process works with taking water, and it's run through an electrolyzer, which is actually powered by our solar plant. And the electrolyzer separates the hydrogen and oxygen. The oxygen gets released out into the air, while the hydrogen then gets stored, and we're able to dispatch that hydrogen, which basically runs our combustion turbine.
Combustion turbines are typically run with natural gas or oil. Gibbs says not only will this help the environment, it'll help customers.
When everybody comes home at night and they start turning on all their electricity, they're taking showers, they're trying to cook, this technology is actually going to help us maximize our ability to have an additional resource during what we call peak hours.
They plan to begin construction at the end of this year, with hopes that the project will be operating by the end of next year. For WMNF News, I'm Chris Young.
Florida lawmakers are gearing up to provide additional funding to a part of the state's school voucher program that serves students with special needs, as some proponents of the scholarship say demand has outpaced supply. The state legislature is gathering for a special session starting November 6th to address a range of issues. The session will kick off roughly 7 months after the legislature and Governor Ron DeSantis approved a massive expansion of the state's voucher programs. And while school choice advocates have heralded the development as ushering in universal school choice in Florida, some are calling for an elimination of a cap on participation in the scholarship for students with special needs. There have been multiple protests on and around the University of South Florida campus, the Tampa campus, by pro-Palestinian organizations, including student groups. As WUSF's Megan Bowman reports, a free speech advocacy group is concerned with the state's recent attempt to disband one of them.
Students for Justice in Palestine is a national organization with at least 2 chapters at Florida schools. One of them is at USF. Free speech advocate Haley Gluhanage says a letter from State University System Chancellor Ray Rodriguez ordering the university to shut down the group is unconstitutional.
Their speech is protected by the First Amendment. They have the right to do that. They can legally speak their minds, say whatever they want that may be offensive or that other people don't want to hear.
The student group called for protests in support of Palestine in a social media post. USF officials say they're still reviewing the state's order. I'm Megan Bowman in Tampa.
Sign-ups for the health care coverage through the Federal Affordable Care Act begin tomorrow in Florida. Tiered plans, depending on factors like income and legal status, are sold through an online portal. WLRN's Veronica Zardagovia reports on how officials help navigate the process.
Navigators like Shirley Dominguez with Epilepsy Alliance Florida help people understand their options. She says figuring out what deductible someone can afford is key. Here's how Dominguez explains it.
We live in South Florida. We have most hurricane protection, the first $5,000 in damages, that comes out of the consumer's pocket, and then the insurance will kick in and pay. The same goes with health insurance.
The federal government has now capped what insurance enrollees through the ACA, widely known as Obamacare, can spend in a year, which is $9,450. That's the highest amount one can spend out of pocket for all expenses. After that amount is exhausted, the insurance company pays the bills. Open enrollment will run from November 1st to January 15th online at healthcare.gov. I'm Veronica Zaragovia in Miami.
Earlier this year, the state banned public universities from funding diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. The University of South Florida, however, continues to try to work with diverse businesses and vendors. On Friday, it hosted the 6th annual USF Small and Diverse Business Symposium. The event included multiple panel discussions on topics important to women, veteran, and minority small business owners. Terry Daniel is the USF Office of Supplier Diversity Assistant Vice President, and she says getting to know these local businesses is key to the school's ongoing expansion.
Connecting them to our business opportunities and helping them understand how to navigate procurement as we purchase those goods, services, supplies, and construction services across all of our campuses.
That construction includes the new on-campus football stadium and the College of Nursing lab building. For the weather, it's cool and foggy in the Tampa Bay area. Highs today in the upper 80s, overnight lows in the lower 60s. I'm Josh Holton with the WMNF News headlines on 88.5 FM and the WMNF app.
This is The Scoop, recorded at WMNF Tampa.